I've thought about this for a while and decided against it for quite a while. And for those eagle-eyed, they'll know that something was going on behind the scenes. A few months back, Val and CF were added to the content creators official list. Val had been in there a couple of days, and I think it's important that I quote this sort of, maybe not word for word, I'm paraphrasing, but I'm not misleading people. And I think that's the key word here, is that I'm talking honestly and I'm spitting absolute facts. He put something in the chat, and he basically said that, you know, as content creators, we are too negative about the game. We're not positive enough, and we should be promoting each other. And to quote him, he said, what we need to be doing is, if something's not how we like it, we need to say such things as, the current version has issues, X and Y needs adjustments, trust the devs to do the right job. And I'm going to show you my response. So I put, if the bot is trash, that's what I'm going to call it. People appreciate my honesty. I'm not going to lie or bend the truth for the sake of it. Up to you how you do your channel, but I'll do mine how I see it. If we say everybody's half decent, then the Yodas will carry on regardless, not that anyone other than Dale and Cal watch our streams or even appreciate our feedback. You're in the luxurious position of being in playtest where you can say this needs X and Y, that's the place for that. Me, I'm not in that position anymore, so I'd rather call a spade a spade. If they want me to be positive about content, it needs to be either innovative, even if they fail, kudos for thinking outside the box, I've always said that, or better than previous content we can compare to. If it's both these things, I'll gladly shout from the rooftops about it. Sadly though, it really is. It's very easy to speak saying I trust the bots to do a good job, I meant the Yodos, but when they don't and haven't done for the past 5 years of me being a content creator and playtest, it's hard to say that unless they're through gritted teeth. Again, I'm going to call a spade a spade. So I basically said there, listen, I am going to be honest. You know, I am not going to lie. Val said to me, I think there's a level of professionalism difference between criticism and insults. Fast forward then, Val doing a spreadsheet rating video, and there's a lot of controversy because I put Wingsaber quite low and he put it in S tier. I didn't have the bot. I had it on playtest, so all I'm going off is what playtest shows because I didn't have the bot. In playtest, it was working as it should, doing X amount of numbers. And then Val's on his video was doing more than that. And I was like, well, it's doing more than it should. How can I rate it S tier if it's going to get fixed? It's not a nerf to do more than it should. So before we start on that, how can I say this is S tier and mislead people when it's not? That's a bit back and forth, which I know what, I'm fine with that. I'm okay with that. You know, I'm fine with my opinion and I'm valid my opinion. He's valid his. I have no problem with that. But then someone who watches my channel, I won't call him out, has said, oh, it's interesting that you've said he's S tier and Wozza said he isn't. And it's put, we absolutely disagree on a lot of things. He has his ways, and if you disagree, you're wrong. Basically, my opinion is what matters, and that's it. I'm more on the side of what actually works, regardless of what I like or not, and try to always be as unbiased as I can, move any and all opinions out of the equation. But you understand that tier lists are opinion. It's exactly what they are. I wouldn't rate it exactly the same as everyone else. If that was the case, it's kind of an official tier list that they've created. It's our tier list that we make, not them. But then he went on to say that, and I quote, I never call out content creators. But he literally has there in his chat. So he's saying he'd never call out content creators, and he's saying there, basically he is. He's saying that, I know, if I think you're wrong, then that's it. Your opinion doesn't matter. So he said to me, he said there that if you disagree with me, you're wrong, and I can't listen to opinions. And then literally someone's put, these ratings are too generous. Well, it's in the same video, by the way. You're being too nice on bots, so your ratings aren't as accurate as they could be. Like Firefly and Meta, I'm not just saying this. I kind of thought that there was a lot of bots in S tier. I was like, I don't think they're all S tier. I would move most of them down one. S tier into A tier into, but again, it's his tier list. He could do what he wants. So, fair enough. What you're talking about, or Skydive is no way meta-ish. Meanwhile, Swoop is lower than both of these, even though it's one of the top outpost bots. across the league, which he was at the time. And then Val has put, what I'm talking about is elaborated in the video itself. Firefly is a strong one-shotter, can take out everything except MDS in one shot, can be paired. Skydive Max does X amount. As for swoop gain, like stated in the video, and the title of the list, it is a fence only list for outposts. I do have a separate list, which is fair enough. So my point being is that, you know, you sort of disagree with him, which I've no problem with that. But my problem being is they said that if I have an opinion and you disagree with it, you're wrong. I'm going to argue with you. And then he goes on to argue about it as well. But maybe that's a one-off. But then we look at this one. Magic, who I know, who's in G1. Sling meta is counted by 2 types of build bots, fire and acid. There's loads of fire, anti-fire, and always one anti-acid. Wingsaber meta, who told you that? And then Val's just gone on to sort of argue the case with Magic. And again, I don't blame him for arguing, but the point being is that he said to me that I don't listen to reason, basically. I'm argumentative. But then he's saying that he's there arguing with someone. How can you say to someone that was as argumentative and doesn't listen to reason if you're going to do yourself again? I don't understand that. You're going to call someone out for the same thing. Backtrack a bit. What happened was Dale made a fix to CL and Ozu in which the shield only targeted one bot. Now, when these changes were made last October, I think it was when CL came out, last October, November. When it came out, Val was in that chat balancing CL and Ozu. He was in that chat. And the general consensus was that Rung and CL were too much alike. Now, granted, one of the apes, Yodos, said that they were thinking of changing it to be AoE. But Dale's gone back and looked at his actual notes on what is decided and his notes for how the bot should perform, and it does say single target. Now, we can't see the notes, it's private, so maybe we've got to take Dale's word for it. But the point I'm making is that in this chat was was Val. And you can see that I tried and cropped it all out. So, Val's has put, I agree about a different kind of healing gun, similar to Kunai. We got 2 that fortify your defense and 1 improving offense. 1 more improves offense is further better. That's fine. It's a valid thing here. But just below that, you see this is October last year, October 24. I think CL is too similar to Rung. It's not a good idea for the game to release content like this. It's basically saying we have no new ideas. My idea, CL changes our gunner to a healer, where the gunner will heal allies with a ray. It's just an idea. I won't say who that was. It was just an idea. But the point I'm making is that Val was in the chat when they decided, or were deciding, that CL and Rung were exactly the same. And Rung has always said that it heals a target. So Val was aware of that. So let's just pretend that he's forgot about this. Let's just say that he's forgot this conversation ever existed. Fast forward, he does a video saying that the team have shadow nerfed stuff. Now, I can honestly say that nothing was shadow nerfed. Maybe some things were done and was not in the news, in the notes, because the notes were that extensive, and even some of the other things we said, listen, that's not in there, Dale. And it's like, oh yeah, I'll put that in. There was some things that got missed. Now, if the argument is that the CL notes didn't go in the patch notes, fair enough. Kind of got his point a bit. But his argument was that it was a shadow nerf. Now, for me, the word shadow nerf means quite deceitful, underhanded, that they've nerfed it on purpose and not told anyone. Did they change it on purpose? Yeah, I believe so. Was it shadow nerf? No, because it was supposed to act like that. Now, some people believe that it wasn't supposed to act like that, but you can see there it was supposed to heal one. It was supposed to shield one target. It literally says that in the chat, so that is probably the case. So then, Val then said that the reflection doesn't stack, and so it's another nerf. And then Dale came out and said it does stack. And Val said, no. It's in your notes that it doesn't stack. So in his video, he said, look, it says here, shields unlimited, future update changes highlighted, 2 stacks of shields. And he's right in that sense. But the key word here is future update. This has not changed yet. This is in the future. This is what they're looking to change in the future. This is how the game works right now. With shields unlimited and glass unlimited. The future update, they don't think that glass cast should stack. I kind of agree. And they don't think shields should stack. I don't know about that. I think they should. But that's the future change they're thinking about doing it. This is not in the game at all. And my big problem is that rather than, if you're going to do a video like that, rather than going to the team and saying, listen, I think about doing a video on this. Can you just clear something up for me? Is this the case? Let them answer it, and then go to your video. I'm fine. But it was never a shadow nerf. And so then Val came out and said it was being censored, I believe. No one censored him. No one told him to take the video down. Dale said that it was wrong, but Dale also did that to me. So if you remember a while back, I did a test where I used Sunstreaker on a resource builder. I was talking about Reflect, and I was talking to Dale about it, and he asked Yanis, and Yanis said, was wrong. Yanis said that I was wrong, and explained it to me in detail. I was like, right, okay, I get that then. So what I did was, the next video I did, or the next stream that I did, I said, listen guys, I did a video on reflection, it's wrong. It's not the case. And I publicly said that, listen, I'm wrong, sorry guys, I got it wrong. And Dale did a post before that just saying, listen, Wozza's not right, that's not how it works. I was like, right, fine, I've got it wrong. Things happen. But even in all this, I feel like Val could have easily gone, I got it wrong. But instead, what he did was he said that he's being censored, that Dale was saying he was wrong and all this, and making him a scapegoat and calling him names and all this, and that he was going to quit content creating because of it. But it was his choice. And literally in the content creators chat, he didn't get much support. And I don't want to start calling out other content creators, but he didn't get much support, let's just say that much. And I was quite riled by it, honestly, because he's already adding fuel to the fire. He's already said that, to me, that I shouldn't be negative about content. I should try and spin it and be positive. But then he's gone and done that himself. It took something which is a bug change, whether you like that or not, whether you agree or not, it's a bug change. That's what it was. And they told us it was a change they were doing, and it linked to how the content was originally. Valve took all that and then said that he's being victimised, which he wasn't. He just told it was wrong and that they didn't appreciate it because it does say shadow nerf. If that had gone CL nerf, that would have been a bit of a problem. It's fine. But the word shadow sort of implies deceitfulness, and the team never did that on purpose to be deceitful. But then he's also then sort of invigorated people to start downvoting my videos, downvoting Freeze's videos. I think that's absolutely ridiculous. Freezius was probably his biggest advocate, biggest person promoting him. We're supposed to promote each other, and we are supposed to advertise each other and sort of perk each other up. We're all in the same sort of business. We're all in it together. We're supposed to be doing that. And so for him to then also like invigorate people to downvote other people's videos, maybe he meant it, maybe he didn't. I don't know. But I just find that really, really poor. And like we've been getting a lot of attacks recently saying that like we're lapdogs for Dale and stuff like that, and that we're paid by Yodo to do this, and they're telling us not to do it. Listen, I've never been censored in my life on this channel. I won't be. If that gets to that point, I will literally quit and tell you guys I've been censored. Never been told not to do something. Like I said earlier, never. I'm literally on the voice of reason, and the reason I am standing by is that I can see where the team wants to go. And I believe where they want to go is a good vision eventually. And I'm not here trying to spin things, because if I'm negative about something, I'm negative about it. End of. If I don't feel like something is decent. But I just feel like Valve took the wrong approach on this. He's alienated every other content creator. He's alienated the devs and Dale, and sort of accused them being deceitful. After himself saying that we need to be more positive and twisting things, after saying that, He doesn't call content creators out and then calling content creators out after saying that I'm argumentative and don't agree with anyone if they have a different opinion. He's doing the same himself. Basically, the guy's a liar. The guy is blatantly a liar, and that is basically the thumbnail. The guy's a liar. But, you know, he's done this video sort of saying that, you know, he's the victim in all this. But he's not. He was the aggressor in all this. He was the aggressor, calling out people publicly. Not just in private and private messaging them, which is bad enough maybe, but publicly calling out other creators, but also contradicting people when he had the evidence there himself and not going finding the truth. He's just basically done a negative video for views, and when he's got the backlash from everyone else, then he's decided to cry the victim and say, I'm going to quit content creating. You know what? Fine. I just don't trust the guy. I know a lot of other people don't trust him either. So it is sad to see a content creator go, but I'm not really bothered that he's gone. I'm quite happy he's gone, if I'm honest with you. I don't really like the guy. Make of it as you will. I'm sure Val will do a video how I'm wrong or something, but I've got the screenshots. Now, I haven't posted his comments, because even with all this, I don't think it's right that I'm going to post his screenshots or freezes. If he wants to go to that level, I will gladly do that. I'll post the whole chat. Hell, I might even do it and get a ticket off from Dale. It's up to you who you believe. But literally, I've shown you the screenshots there, and I can literally share more if need be. I've got the screenshots to prove, to back me up. Val hasn't got that. Val hasn't got the screenshots. Val's got the screenshots of him being wrong, and that's why he won't share them.